Hello P5. I'm going to read you chapter 6 of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I hope you're enjoying it so far. I'm sitting in my conservatory. It's a beautiful night. It's so mild and I'm just loving being out in the garden. So listen on. Chapter 6. Put my old lady glasses on. The journey from platform 9 3/4. Harry's last month with the Dursleys wasn't fun. True, Dudley was now so scared of Harry that he wouldn't stay in the same room, while Aunt Petunia and Uncle Vernon didn't shout at Harry in his cupboard, force him to do anything, or shout at him. In fact, they didn't speak to him at all. Half terrified, half furious, they acted as though any chair with Harry in it was empty. Although it was an improvement in many ways, it did become a bit depressing after a while. Harry kept to his room with his new owl for company. He decided to call her Hedwig, a name he found in a History of Magic book. His school books were very interesting. He lay in his bed reading late into the night, Hedwig swooping in and out of the open window as she pleased. It was lucky that Aunt Petunia didn't come in to hoover anymore, because Hedwig kept bringing back dead mice. Every night before he went to sleep, Harry ticked off another day on a piece of paper he had pinned to the wall, counting down to September the 1st. On the last day of August, he thought he'd better speak to his aunt and uncle about getting to King's Cross Station next day, so he went down to the living room, where they were watching a quiz show on the television. He cleared his throat to let them know he was there, and Dudley screamed and ran out of the room. Uncle Vernon. Uncle Vernon grunted to show he was listening. I need to be at King's Cross tomorrow to go to Hogwarts. Uncle Vernon grunted again. Would it be all right if you gave me a lift? Grunt. Harry supposed that meant yes. Thank you. He was about to go back upstairs when Uncle Vernon actually spoke. Funny way to get to wizard school, the train. Magic carpets got punctures, have they? Harry didn't say anything. Where is this school anyway? I don't know, said Harry, realising this for the first time. He pulled the ticket Hagrid had given him out of his pocket. I just take the train from platform 9 3/4 at 11 o'clock, he read. His uncle and aunt stared. Platform what? 9 3/4? Don't talk rubbish, said Uncle Vernon. There's no platform 9 3/4. It's on my ticket. Barking, said Uncle Vernon. Howling mad, the lot of them. You'll see. You just wait and see. All right, we'll take you to King's Cross. We're going up to London tomorrow anyway, or I wouldn't bother. Where are you going to London? Harry asked, trying to keep things friendly. Taking Dudley to hospital, growled Uncle Vernon. Got to have that ruddy tail removed before he goes smelting. Harry woke at 5 o'clock the next morning and was too excited or nervous to sleep. He got up, pulled on his jeans. He didn't want to walk into the station in his wizard's robes. He had changed on the train. He'd checked his Hogwarts list yet again to make sure he had everything he needed, so that Hedwig was safely shut in her cage, and then paced the room, waiting for the Dursleys to get up. 2 hours later, Harry's heavy, huge trunk had been loaded into the Dursleys' car. Aunt Petunia had talked Dudley into sitting next to Harry, and they set off. They reached King's Cross at 10:30. Uncle Vernon dumped Harry's trunk onto the trolley and wheeled it to the station for him. Harry thought this was strangely kind until Uncle Vernon stopped dead, facing the platforms with a nasty grin on his face. Well, there you are, boy. Platform 9? Platform 10. Your platform should be somewhere in the middle, but they don't seem to have built it yet, do they? He was quite right, of course. There was a big plastic number 9 over one platform and a big plastic 10 over another one, and in the middle there was nothing at all. Have a good term, said Uncle Vernon with an even nastier smile. He left without another word. Harry turned and saw the Dursleys drive away. All three of them were laughing. Harry's mouth went rather dry. What on earth was he going to do? He was starting to attract a lot of funny looks because of Hedwig. He'd have to ask someone. He stopped a passing guard, but didn't dare mention platform 9 3/4. The guard had never heard of Hogwarts, and when Harry couldn't tell him what part of the country it was in, he started to get annoyed, as though Harry was being stupid on purpose. Getting desperate, Harry asked if the train that left at 11 o'clock where it was, but the guard said that there wasn't one. In the end, the guard strode away, muttering about time wasters. Harry was trying now hard not to panic. According to the large clock over the arrivals board, he had 10 minutes left to get on the train to Hogwarts, and he had no idea how to do it. He was stranded in the middle of a station with a trunk he could hardly lift, a pocket full of wizard money, and a large owl. Hagrid must have forgotten to tell him something that you had to do, like tapping the third brick on the left to get into Diggin Alley. He wondered if he should get out his wand and start tapping the ticket box between 9 and 10. At that moment, a group of people passed just behind him, and he caught a few words they were saying. Packed with muggles, of course. Harry swung round. The speaker was a plump woman who was talking to 4 boys, all with flaming red hair. Each of them was pushing a trunk like Harry's in front of him, and they had an owl. Heart hammering, Harry pushed his trolley after them. They stopped, and so did he, just near enough to hear what they were saying. Now, what's the platform number, said the boy's mother. 9 3/4, the little girl said, also red-headed, who was holding her mum's hand. Mum, can't I? You're not old enough, Ginny. Now be quiet. All right, Percy, you go first. What looked like the oldest boy marched towards platforms 9 and 10. Harry watched, careful not to blink in case he missed it. But just as the boy reached the divide between the 2 platforms, a large crowd of tourists came swarming in front of him, and by the time the last rucksack had cleared away, the boy had vanished. Fred, you next, the plump woman said. I'm not Fred, I'm George, said the boy. Honestly, woman, you call yourself our mother. You can't even tell. I'm George. Sorry, George, dear. I'm only joking. I'm Fred, said the boy, and off he went. His twin called after him to hurry up, but he must have done, because a second later he was gone. Now he had done it. Now the third brother was walking briskly towards the ticket barrier. He was almost there, and then, quite suddenly, he wasn't anywhere. There was nothing else for it. Excuse me, said Harry to the plump woman. Hello, dear. First time at Hogwarts? Ron's new too. She pointed at the last and the youngest of her sons. He was tall, thin and gangly, with freckles, big hands and feet, and a long nose. Yes, said Harry. The thing is, I don't know how to get onto the platform, she said kindly, and Harry nodded. Not to worry, she said. All you have to do is walk straight at the barriers between platform 9 and platform 10. Don't stop and don't be scared you'll crash into it. That's really important. Best to do it at a bit of a run if you're nervous. Go on now before run. OK, said Harry. He pushed the trolley round and started at the barrier. It looked very solid. He started to walk towards it. People jostled him on their ways to platform 9 and 10. Harry walked more quickly. He was going to smash right into the ticket box, and then he'd be in trouble. Leaning forward on his trolley, he broke into a heavy run. The barrier was coming nearer and nearer. He wouldn't be able to stop. The trolley was out of control. He was a foot away. He closed his eyes, ready for the crash. It didn't come. He kept running. He opened his eyes. A scarlet steam engine was waiting next to the platform, packed with people. A sign overhead said, Hogwarts Express, 11 o'clock. Harry looked behind him and saw a wrought iron archway where the ticket box had been, with the words platform 9 3/4. He had done it. Smoke from the engine drifted over the heads of the chattering crowd, while cats of every colour whined here and there between their legs. Owls hooted to each other in a disgruntled sort of a way over the babble and the scraping of heavy trunks. The first carriages were already packed with students, some hanging out the windows to talk to their families, some fighting over seats. Harry pushed his trolley off round the platform to an empty seat. He passed a round-faced boy who was saying, Gran, I've lost my toad again. Oh, Neville, he'd heard the old woman sigh. The boy with dreadlocks was surrounded by a small crowd. Give us a look, Lee, go on. The boy lifted the lid of the box in his arms, and the people around him shrieked and yelled as something inside poked out its long hairy leg. Harry pressed on through the crowd until he found an empty compartment near the end of the train. He put Hedwig inside first and then tried to shove and heave his trunk towards the train door. He tried to lift it up the steps but could hardly raise one end, and twice he dropped it painfully on his foot. Want a hand? It was one of the red-haired twins he had followed through the ticket box. Yes, please, said Harry. Oi, Fred, come here and help. With the twins' help, Harry's trunk was the last tucked away in the corner of the compartment. Thanks, said Harry, pushing his sweaty hair out of his eyes. What's that? Said the twin, suddenly pointing at Harry's lightning scar. Blimey, said the other twin. Are you? He is, said the first twin. Aren't you? He added to Harry. What? Said Harry. Harry Potter, chorused the twins. Oh, him, said Harry. Yes, I am. The 2 boys gawped at him, and Harry felt himself going red. Then, to his relief, a voice came floating over through the train's open door. Fred, George, are you there? Coming, Mum. With one last look at Harry, the twins hopped off the train. Harry sat down to the next to the window where, half hidden, he could watch the red-haired family on the platform and hear what they were saying. The mother had just taken out her hanky. Ron, you've got something on your nose. The youngest boy tried to jerk out of the way, but she grabbed him and began rubbing the end of his nose. Mom, get off, he wriggled free. Oh, how's it go, Harry? Ronnie got something on his nose, said one of the twins. Shut up, said Ron. "Where's Percy?" said their mother. "He's coming now." The oldest boy came striding out of sight. He had already changed into his billowing red Hogwarts robes, and Harry noticed the shiny red and gold badge on his crest with the letter P on it. "I can't stay long, Mother," he said. "I'm up front with the prefects who've got 2 compartments to themselves." "Oh, you're a prefect? Perfect, Percy," said one of the twins with a great air of surprise. "You should have said something. We'd no idea." "Hang on, I think I remember him saying something about it," said the other twin. "Once, twice, a minute, all summer." "Oh, shut up," said Percy the prefect. "How come Percy gets new robes anyway?" said one of the twins. "Because he's a prefect," said his mother fondly. "All right, dear, have a good term. Send me an owl when you get there." She kissed Percy on the cheek and he left. Then she turned to the twins. "Now you two, this year, behave yourselves. If I get one more owl calling telling me you've blown up a toilet or..." "Blown up a toilet? We've never blown up a toilet." "Great idea though, thanks Mum. It's not funny. And look after Ron. Don't worry, Ickle Ronnikins is safe with us," said the twins. "Shut up," said Ron again. He was almost as tall as the twins already, and his nose was still pink where his mother had rubbed it. "Hey Mum, guess what? Guess who we met on the train?" Harry leant back quickly so they wouldn't see him looking at him. "You know the black-haired boy who was near us at the station? Do you know who he is?" "Who?" said the mum. "Harry Potter." Harry heard the little girl's voice. "Oh Mum, can I go on the train and see him? Mum, oh please." "You've already seen him, Ginny, and the poor boy isn't something to Google at in a zoo. Is he really, Fred? How do you know?" "I saw him. I saw the scar. There it was, like lightning." "Oh, poor dear. No wonder he's alone. I wondered. He was ever so polite when he got on at the station." "Never mind that. Do you think he remembers what you know who looks like?" Their mother suddenly became very stern. "I forbid you to ask him, Fred. No, you don't dare," as though he needs reminding of that on his first day at school. "All right, keep your hair on." A whistle sounded. "Hurry up," their mother said, and the 3 boys clambered on the train. They leant out the window for her to kiss them goodbye, and the youngest sister began to cry. "Don't, Ginny. We'll send you loads of owls. We'll send you a Hogwarts toilet seat." "George!" "Only joking, Mum." The train began to move. Harry saw the boy's mother waving, and the sister half laughing, half crying, running to keep up with the train until it gathered too much speed, and then she fell back and waved. Harry watched the girl and her mother disappear as the train rounded the corner. Houses flashed past the window. Harry felt a great leap of excitement. He didn't know what was going on, but it'd be better than what he was leaving. I'm going to read the next bit on another place.